Played 3 consecutive points with the same ball. 2 of them were aces. He called for the ball back from the other end.
He feels that's his lucky tennis ball.
Yeah.
I thought he wouldn't get that ball back if I was playing him. I'd stick it right in my pocket. Because I know that would annoy the heck out of him.
He'd step on it, kick it.
And he just wouldn't get it.
You were such a gentleman when you played, Vitas. That's what's hard to believe.
Vitas, which reminds me, in the old grass court days, the balls were so uneven. You'd get 2 or 3 balls that might be almost like brand new, and some were real heavy and had been used. I remember sort of stashing a few of those out, behind the court. Now you're serving, you go back and get one of those new balls and let it fly.
Well, a lot of times you'll see players going through the balls, throwing one back to the ball boy, getting another one, and they are looking for a fresh ball. The big servers like the newest balls they could possibly find to serve with because you get more pop.
Go through the air a lot quicker.
15 all, 5 all, second set. This is just where we were in the first set. 5 all. Lendl held and then broke to win the set. Fourth ace, and Lendl has 2 game points. Another good first serve, and that's 112 in his own right. So it is 6-5 Lendl in the second.
Come down.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have to have a dinner right here. Hopefully we have to go see Bill Norris for us, too.
Bring him up.
A little pep me up.
Yeah. This little sport egg.
That's the Pete Rose.
Late afternoon on Sunday on the grounds of the National Tennis Center. And while most of the attention is riveted inside, there's still so much activity on outer courts at the shops and displays that there's always milling around. Probably lots of people out in that food court also. But right here it is Ivanisevic serving to send the second set to a tiebreak. Oh, Lendl thought that was clearly out, and it's called an ace.
Lendl's actually pointing to a mark.
He hadn't liked too many of the line calls yet in this match.
He's asking the linesman to come have a look at the mark. He's not going to do it. This will be good.
Bruno, that ball is 3 inches wide and 1.5 inches long. I mean, you have to see that mark from there. I'm sorry if you don't, but you have to. That's very, very clear.
Okay, I know. I think I missed it wide, but I was checking that machine, and I think I lost
The machine obviously doesn't work.
Yes, I know.
Let's turn it off.
Can I do it?
The crowd is cheering. Ivanisevic doing a little bouncing and juggling.
Yeah.
Little soccer routine.
Yeah.
Another look at it from right down low with that good camera angle.
Oh.
Ooh, it looked
Wow.
wide.
It did not look wide. It was
Oh,
wide.
look at that. That's about as clear a picture as
yeah.
you'll ever
It's the
get.
clearest one we've had all week.
Yeah.
Yes. Lendl had a very legitimate argument, and on the second one, he just turns and walks. He knew that was good.
You know, it's interesting because we've said most replays don't show it clearly. That one really did.
And Lendl does have a point then about turning the machine off. If the machine is not going to call a ball that is that clearly out, he does have a legitimate gripe.
Well, I don't think that ball would have been called by the machine anyway. That was a wide call.
It was wide.
But certainly Ivanisevic has made a remarkable recovery. That back is just warmed up and it's raring to go.
15 aces. And unlike the first set, he has held at 5-6, and we are going to a tie break in the second set.
Second set, tiebreak.
And for an Ivanisevic who does not have a great 5-set track record, playing a man as fit as Lendl, you'd have to believe that this is his match right here. He must win this tiebreak.
But Barry, several years ago, you wouldn't have seen Lendl questioning as many calls he has. I think that shows that he thinks this is a tough match, and he's a little tense about the situation.
He's also got to be thinking about that second set when he had the break, and here he is in a tight tiebreak. He could have been up 2 sets to love.
Venus, let me ask you, if you had a serve come to you that was that far out, you'd have been over at that chair.
No question about it. But Lendl, several years ago, he was so confident he wouldn't even bother arguing about the calls, even one that far out.
Goran with a pretty good record here in tiebreaks in 1991. Real good.
16 aces, and we're still in the second set. And Lendl knows now he's facing a guy who's in a serving rhythm like Krejcik was in the first round. The doctor of tennis, Leo Levin, will be scurrying to find out our ace highs for the U.S. Open. Ivanisevic.
You'd have to say this crowd is firmly behind Ivanisevic right now. They want him to get back in this match.
Ivan once again looked like he was coming into net, retreated, and he hasn't been able to dent Ivanisevic from the backcourt.
Seven points wins the tiebreak. You must win by 2. It's 4-1 Ivanisevic. change sides at 4-2, Ivanisevic. This one has been so far as competitive as many felt. The days are gone in men's tennis where Lendl can come out and just blow people away from the baseline. He's met a guy who can do that, trade the ground strokes with him today, and serve.
Jack mentioned earlier, from the first round on, the guys are just a lot tougher now.
5-2, Ivanisevic.
I don't ever remember seeing Lendl miss that many forehands.
Tony Roach looking very concerned. I think Ivan's better if he just to come in on the slice backhand than that big topspin forehand that he just missed right there. He made a special attempt to move around and hit the forehand rather than just slicing the backhand.
Lendl's made 4 forehand errors just in this tiebreak.
In the tiebreak. Amazing.
That used to be his stat for 3 sets.
And another forehand error, a forced error, but nonetheless he misses on the forehand side.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Ivanisevic really start playing into Lendl's forehand side. Once you get a guy starting to feel shaky on one of his wings.
Yeah. Drop volley. Another look at this drop volley. It's only set point here, and Ivan tries a very delicate little shot. Look at the face of the racket come back. Took a lot of pace off the ball. Took guts on set point.
But Ivanisevic still has 3 more, and now he serves.
They called a football. A football called on that ace. It would have been the set. This crowd will go crazy. Bruno Ribot.
He didn't call it.
No. There's the base linesman who called that foot fault. This will be a second serve.
Lendl has dodged 2 set points, and there are 2 to go. And as afternoon turns into evening, folks here are getting into this.
There's not quite as many as the Connors-McEnroe Classic matches, but the noise level's almost there.
The second serve return, and this match is even at a set apiece.
man. Nothing personal.
Came in quiet.
Sure did.
Lendl could go take the high road here. Lendl might take the. He might be out of here.
Still enough. This.
Forehand. See how many forehands he's missing? He looks tight.
He's having a banana, Ted?
Yeah.
You're going to have a banana.
Well, I have a feeling this guy still may not. Yeah, I don't know.
Here it is.
This is tiebreak, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Barry, don't you think Lendl's not trying to
Yeah. I'm glad he doesn't take anything personal. I'm glad he doesn't take anything personally. Goran there.
I got that sheet still.
Okay.
Bruce, you realize another seed will fall with this match.
Okay. Don't forget coming up later. Just do it that way. Chang against. Because it's got.
Coming up next.
8, 7.
It's not Chang against.
5 to Bruce's mic off camera. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Goran Ivanisevic just moments ago took the second set 7-6 over Ivan Lendl. He won it in tiebreak, and here's a look at the winning point of the second set. And following the winning point, Ivanisevic looks over at the umpire who called a foot fault just moments earlier, and he says, "Yes, sir." Let's take a look now at the men's fallen seeds. The top quarter of the draw has been a minefield for the seeds, as all 4 in the bracket were upset. Becker, Korda, Novacek, and Agassi. This guarantees at least one unseeded semifinalist. The next portion of the draw remains unscathed as all 4 seeded players have advanced. In the next quarter, Andrei Cherkasov is gone, and the loser of this match we are watching right now will be gone as well. 3 of the 4 seeds in the bottom of the draw are history. Only number 2, Stefan Edberg, remains, and he must play Chang tonight. So of the 8 seeds in this tournament, 5 remain, but only one of the 5 is into the quarterfinals as we speak. Back to Stadium Court, Ted Robinson, Barry McKay, Vitas Gerulaitis. Gentlemen.
So we go now to the third set. One thing that I think tennis fans need to remember as they see the seeds that fall. The seeds at the U.S. Open are done by the computer rankings based on year-round play on many different surfaces. Thus, you will see players seeded here off clay court results that if this were seeded basically on hard court play, they would not be.
Well, there was a lot of controversy at Wimbledon this year because people were saying that guys that play well on clay that would have no chance on grass, just that's not their game. It's not even close to the good surface for them. Were seeded much higher at Wimbledon than they should have been. I think it's a good point.
Good examples were Bruguera, 9, Novacek, 10. Almost exclusively
hard court
clay court players.
You're sitting on hard court expertise. They would not be seeds.
Well, 5-10 years ago, Barry, they used to make the seedings at Wimbledon according to how you played on grass.
Yeah.
There was kind of a shuffling of the seeds. But now they're a lot closer to the ATP ranking.
Ivanisevic serving the first game of the third set at 40-15. And the serve has lost no juice from the early moments of this match. And you are joining us. I guess we can call this the USA Labor Day Tennis-thon. We are just about guaranteed of being on straight through with you.
Ooh, ball stops.
Ivanisevic holds serve to start the third.
Second set. It's about the 3rd or 4th time it's happened. Do you like Cyclops?
No, I mean, it is inaccurate. I mean, there are times when it's on. I don't blame. We'll be here till tomorrow. We'll be here till tomorrow morning. Just come over here tomorrow morning. We'll be all right. Not
Thank you.
Tomorrow night.
Okay.
You guys want to come again? Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah, he's put the box away. You're
all right,
right.
Richie. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed it. Good. Get me one of those Marshall jackets. It'd be very nice. Used to got me started playing guitar.
Oh, is that right?
Great guitar player.
Who is he?
Works for Marshall. He's a friend of mine. He's played in bands around the New York area.
okay.
But he works for Marshall and Korg right now, USA. You know, where they make the amps and stuff. And he's developed some amplifiers himself. Right kid.
Okay.
Right kid.
You have any exciting things you want to look at out of this? Winners. 16 winners. Okay, good.
Vitas, let me ask you about Cyclops. And when you were playing,
I know. Okay. I never felt there was that anchor. And what?
Quick look at the second set numbers. Ivanisevic aces and winners, both.
Well, Goran now with 16 aces, 8 in each set.
And he held his serve to Ivanisevic to start the third set. As Lendl is serving at love 15.
Vitas, what do you think? You think Ivan ought to start mixing things up a little bit here?
Well, I think he's going to try to be a little bit more aggressive, maybe come in a little bit more, but even from the baseline, he's got to try to move Ivanisevic around. He's a tall, lanky kid, and even though he takes long strides and covers the court okay, he's not a real speedster like a Chang or someone.
Looks to me like Ivanisevic is in a groove right now. He likes the pace. There's no change of pace, and he's starting to hit the ball better and better.
Lendl's done nothing to try to jerk him around. He's fed him balls that he likes to hit. Really has not made him move too much from the backcourt.
No.
Another forehand miss hit. The Cyclops machine was turned off during the last changeover.
Well, Lendl requested that, and I guess obviously they've gone. But there's the service linesman sitting behind, no little box in his hand, so he is strictly calling the service line now visually. What do you think of Cyclops, Vitas, when you were playing? Did you ever get a call that it called that you maybe disagreed with?
Well, I mean, today's a good example. We've seen calls that were clearly out, and I don't think it's a valid tool, and we've seen it all week long, to have a tool that you can actually have turned off during the match. If it's there for the explicit purpose of calling the serve, it can't be working very well if there's discussions almost in every match, turn it on or off.
2 break points for Ivanisevic. Strong volley there. Lendl saves one.
This is a huge point here. I think this is the biggest point of the match to date, right here. He gets an early break in the third.
Ivanisevic breaks serve in the third. And now the sun is setting just beyond the rim of the stadium. The lights are off.
It's a good play to turn them on nice and early like this, because as the sun sets and as it gets darker, you really don't notice the transition at all. And it looks like that's what's going to be happening here, because the sun now just about ready to slip down behind the stadium.
You think Lendl's fighting himself over dropping the second set?
Yeah, I think he's still bothered by losing that second set. He was up a break. I think he felt that Ivanisevic was going to just tank the second set. He was kind of walking around. He complained about his back being injured. And Ivanisevic has a record of throwing the towel in.
There's a miss hit.
Again, if you're tuning in on USA to see either Murder, She Wrote or MacGyver, those programs will not be seen tonight so that we can bring you continuing coverage of the U.S. Open. And in fact, you can just have dinner with us, folks, because we're going to be here. We're not going anywhere. Right after this match, they're going to be hustling the folks out of the stadium and bringing Michael Chang and Stefan Edberg out. 18 aces for Ivanisevic.
That's what's so dangerous about Ivanisevic. He's so up and down. You know that he's thrown in the towel in previous matches, but then he can come back and play some spectacular tennis.
It's like watching an early Nolan Ryan. In one game he can come out and strike out 17 batters. The next game he can come out and walk 10.
Imagine what he's going to be like when he starts using all of his talents.
Because remember, I guess you could say it was the big
5 double faults now for Goran.
It was the big serve of Pete Sampras that sent Lendl out of the Open last year in the quarterfinals. And the big serve of Krejcik almost got him out in the first round this year.
But Sampras is smoother than he is flashy, Barry.
Yeah.
He's a lot more consistent. This guy's got everything. Touch, power.
And he has a lead right now. He's up 3-love in the third set. And a great U.S. Open moment. Jimmy Connors hoping that he can repeat some of those this week.
What a tournament he's having, Ted. He has really excited everybody in New York and I guess around the country and the world with his performances out here so far. And the big question is, how can he do
against Darren Krickstein?
Match against Krickstein. He obviously played well against him at Wimbledon, but this is a different surface and a different time.
Connors and Krickstein will play tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow during the day session. Tomorrow night our match on USA will be Jim Courier and Emilio Sanchez. But right after this match, you'll see the number 2 seed Stefan Edberg face Michael Chang. And again, that will be immediately, in all likelihood, following this match.
Another firecracker match.
Both
Those
players
are the best kind. Leo Levin is still searching for your career mark in firecracker matches. Both players took a toilet break here.
They call that a loo break down in Australia.
Well, whatever the adjective, we're watching a pretty good match right now.
Well, Ivanisevic is, we're so used to seeing Lendl perhaps coming from behind, and it's been Ivanisevic coming from behind so far in this match.
And I think that's what surprised Lendl.
Well, Ivan's got to be thinking about that lead he had in the second set. He had the break, and you got to be frustrated thinking that you could have been up 2 sets to love. Instead, now you're in a struggle. Now he's in real trouble.
turn it on. Ooh. He's made so many of those mistakes. Unforced, careless errors. I never remember seeing Ivan make so many of those. He's really had problems coming off that hand injury. He had surgery in April, and his confidence has never been the same since then.
Lendl coming back from love 30 to 40-30. Lendl serving at love 3 in the third set. Oh, and Lendl comes back nicely from love 30 to hold. So we are one set apiece. And in the third set, Ivanisevic serving up a break at 3-1.
And you know, really, we have two players here who get away with mishits about as well as anybody on the tour. They both take big swings. And I've heard a lot of mishits from both rackets this afternoon, and yet the ball stays in. Both Goran and Ivan.
They hit with so much topspin.
Yeah.
The ball still lands in. Borges hit a lot of topspin mishits off the frame.
Drop volley got him in trouble there on this surface unless you hit a really fine shot.
Ivan did not move very well at the net. All the good volleys move at an angle towards the net when you watch the McEnroes, the Samprases. But Ivan moves parallel to the net, and that's why the ball dropped that little bit lower, making him net the volley.
Another foot fault called on Ivanisevic. That's the approach shot we were talking about, Vitas. That slice backhand down the line to Goran's backhand. Okay, here we'll see it again now. Lendl's already at net after hitting the approach shot, cups the forehand, hits a good low volley there. Good footwork and balance. Yeah. Just
The hat has become very stylish in tennis.
the hat and the black shoes are kind of the fashion statement at this year's Open.
Same number of unforced errors, but the winners almost 2-1 for Ivanisevic.
Goran anticipated great on this backhand volley. Now watch him. He gets caught a little bit here and hits the first volley. Now right here, watch him move to his right. And in close, he was right on that shot piece.
A break point for Lendl.
Almost looked like that ball stayed low.
But Lendl was not moving forward. Hesitated. Just stabbed at it.
Right. Against Krajicek, his serves caused a lot of Lendl's problems today. He's just making a lot of unforced errors.
It seems that Lendl's not moving his feet, getting to position as well. And Ivanisevic's second serve, he didn't get around it at all, just poked it back. Break point number 3 coming for Lendl. Lendl trying to break for the 4th time, and that would get this match back even. That first serve, boy, that's the fastest of the day. 125.
The fastest of the day, and maybe the best return.
And he gets ready, he got it back.
Yeah, he made a great return on that serve. 125 miles per hour. Lendl put his racket in.
But Goran was pushing forward, took advantage of the short ball, did not play defensive. I think Lendl's playing a game of let Goran beat himself instead of Lendl let's beat Goran. He's just playing the ball back. He's expecting Ivanisevic to miss. But Tony Roach looking a little worried, as well he should be.
Lendl has let too many break points slip away in this game. And now Goran has the advantage. We're a set apiece. Ivanisevic up a break in the 3rd. save 3 break points and holds for 4-1 in the third.
winners and 17
Thanks,
unforced.
close the die.
Yep. Just pulling the straw, so who goes first, who goes second, who goes third. Yeah, you think I can stick through real quick?
Vitas is making a very quick loo run here. Oh, Leo put his head. They're going to run something on that, I know. He must have given him something on that. Thank you.
Seats quickly, please. Thank you.
I'm going to ask you about the forehand. I'm going to ask you about Lendl's forehand.
Forehand. Did we hear something from Leo that I should know about?
It's 5 winners in the whole match.
5 winners?
All his forehand in the whole match.
He's only hit 5 winners? Yeah. And he missed, have you missed 4 in that tiebreak?
I'm going to ask you about that later.
5 in the tiebreak. Okay.
Well, Lendl serving still down a break in the third set. It is astonishing to be this far into a match where Lendl's forehand really has just gone fluey on him.
Well, you think he's only hit 5 winners in the entire match off what has been his bread and butter shot throughout his career. That is not a good number. And he also missed 5 in the tiebreak alone.
We talked a lot about the speed that you see right in the left upper left of your picture. Look at that for Ivanisevic. Those are miles per hour, folks.
73, Lendl's slowest serve. Ted, that's almost like you've been trying to crank up your first one to that speed, but you're a long way away.
And there's no speed limit on the tennis court for an Ivanisevic. 125 for his fastest serve.
The lights now starting to take over out here. The sun is way down behind the rim of the stadium.